Welcome back to the Thomas Fieldhouse here at Lock Haven as we're gearing up for the 34th annual Eastern Wrestling League Championships. The door to the NCAA is awaiting the winners tonight. Runner-ups, but not necessarily in all weight classes. And Jed Donahoe along with Tony Honorado. And Tony, that's going to be, as we move along throughout this evening, that is going to be the storyline. It's basically winner take all in about 4 weight classes that I see here.
Well, that's exactly right. A lot of times in tournaments you see people in the semis really working hard to get to the finals so that, hopefully they have something locked away. But in this tournament and in other tournaments around the country, the way this thing is now, some people are fighting to get to the national title. They're going to have to win this match in order to do it.
Well, we're going to start with action at 125. Paul Donahoe, he is to the right of your screen. Edinburgh, 7 of 10 weight classes represented here. Donahoe from Nebraska has been a hammer thrower so far this weekend.
Well, he's been doing that all year, Jed. He's been undefeated, and he really hasn't had a lot of close matches. He's been pretty dominant all the way through, and what you like about him and what's made him a returning or a defending national champion a couple years ago and a 2-time All-American is that he's pretty intense from the beginning of the match and keeps on people all the way through.
For those of you who might be watching, our official tonight is Mark Sigmund at 125. And you'll hear him. We have him, Mike. The red and the green, those are the anklet colors for the particular wrestlers. Donahoe is in the white singlet, and we'll get an up-close look right there.
Got that front headlock position, moving over to that corner. The hooks, there's that takedown. And, if you're Ivanco, that's not the way you really wanted to start the match, was giving up a takedown after that first minute and then working from behind.
Ivanco was 3rd last year.
1 green, 1 neutral, center.
Mike Sees was a 2-time winner with this weight class out of Bloom. A lot of people kind of happy to see him go, but then here's Donahoe from Edinburgh.
Yeah, they weren't happy to see him come, that's for sure. And there's another. Didn't get to him yet. Hasn't had it yet. There's a 2-point takedown.
Well, Donahoe, to give you an idea, he might be the favorite, 125 pounds in the national championships here coming up. He won the 2007 national title at 125 pounds in 2007, 2-time All-American. What a resume.
Well, in this interesting way that they try to get people into the national tournament this year with this ranking system, they have an RPI index, which is similar to basketball, that has to do with who you beat and who they beat and who they may have beaten. It's very statistically oriented. Nice single leg, and you can see why. I was just going to say that he's ranked number 1 in that RPI index, and he's also ranked number 1 in a second index they use, which is a coach's format where coaches vote, and he's been ranked number 1 in both of those, has been ranked number 1 from a voting standpoint all year long, and he's showing why he is so far here in the first period.
Talk about both these coaches as the evening moves along. Let's talk Teague Moore, building Clarion back out of North Allegheny. His brother, Ty Moore, was one of the all-time greats PIAA history. Teague wasn't too shabby himself in his 3rd year here with Clarion, and he's got the Eagles on the move, on the way back.
Well, and he's had a tough row to hoe there. Clarion was such a dominant program for a long period of time, and they've had their challenges, but he's done a nice job of just getting people to wrestle intensely and be basic, fundamentally sound. And he's got here 125 having somebody in the finals, which, a couple years ago, Jed, Clarion was struggling to get anybody near the finals, and here they have somebody here right off the bat.
Well, Ivanco is putting up a struggle. I mean, he's down 6-2, as you can see on the board, but everybody didn't think he'd be around to see the second period. At least that was the rumor in the house heading into this thing.
Well, they wrestled once earlier this year, and just a dominant by Donahoe with a technical fall, winning 21-4 early on.
And we horn out the first period.
6-2 red, 135 riding time.